So working on the lighting, currently our light is just standard position from the switches, give it nice shadows. What I want to do is create more fall look, and for that actually what I want is take a light and bring from the back from one side to another. You can see right here we have a darker shadows and it's kind of look okay, but I think if we bring sun on another side will more lighting up but still have a nice shadow, and this will give it us a little bit better look. So of course we can move a little bit more. Okay, let's readjust. We're kind of recreating this golden hour in a real world. So let me move, and I'm just looking on the shadows how well they're going right here. Okay, when approximate light is set, we can move adjust more after. I'll go to atmosphere editor. We'll go in the light properties and switch to global radiosity. That will add more glowing between kind of nicely. Also ambient light, let's switch more to desaturated and a little bit darker. That will bring some yellowish kind of more light to us, but we will rebalance that in a second. And here's the things, we can go to ambient light, which is give us flatter look, or a little bit more to sunlight. And actually I'm going about 63, and the reason is why, because I'm going to use it some of the atmosphere scattering and light, which is highlight some of those details. We can play back and forth and see after how it will come up. Okay, I don't want to use any clouds, but in sky and fog, first let's add saturation to our sky. So we'll give it bluish kind of, you can see how we have a beautiful gradient going on the back now. We'll take decay and reduce as well, so remove some of this yellow color to compensate for desaturations on our shadows. And most important, we'll pop up aerial perspective to 10 right now. Okay, and I'm just looking right here, maybe a little bit more in a second. We'll take our fog, maybe by about 100 meters, 71, so it should add a little bit more to dust where I want to kind of see this line to hide. Okay, and then next let's play a little bit with glowing. So we can increase glowing from our sun object. Okay, and we can also increase scattering anisotropy, which is take care of the shadows. Okay, but we start losing our sky. So let's say I can decrease this, which give it harder shadows, but you can see we kind of start sky, and you kind of going back and forth, see which one. But for this one, actually I want to add a little bit more glowing effect. So we'll lose sky, but we can bring, if we do with HDRI, we can bring back a little bit. Okay, as well that may maybe pop up, and your slider doesn't go, you can see doesn't go beyond 10, but you can still type in values, which is give it a little bit more effect, and it's what I'm going to leave it more hide, like almost this in total. Okay, we'll pop up this one, pop on a haze. Okay, let's bring a little bit more in, just balance a little bit on the colors. Okay, I think we're ready to preview at this point. Again, we can see these roads a little bit more clearly, which is kind of nice setting. You can see how in the shadows with this glowing we can lose. And just to compare, one thing nice in the view was add, we can compare between images. So soon when it's done, okay, let's do different little bit settings. Okay, so what I want to do right now is actually reduce here the lighting, put it more on ambient just to compare. Okay, so we have it just a little bit more this way. Okay, we start losing again, so kind of need balancing a little bit more on this. Okay, and a light, let's increase softness, shadow smoothing a little bit. Okay, and preview this one. So you can see it's have a little different. We see a little bit more details in the water. Not so hard, some lines coming, a little bit more shadow. So we can compare, and right here we can see two of images. Again, this is preview, it's not even. So we can look, and right here you can see we don't have it our sky. So this is actually maybe look interesting, just a little bit haze, but other things what we need to do, because we have the reflection, and remember I pop up them, we need now add a little bit more interest to our reflections, and we can do this by using clouds. So let's go ahead inside the clouds, we'll select dark canvas, and I'm going for kind of more pictures reflections. So for that I want pop-up density, opacity, increase details, which is give it kind of nice image. Okay, and we want to take just reduce slightly cover, so we can see kind of more details. Feathers, altitude variation, and let's move a little bit more to the ambient light, so we have it effect a bit more between dark and light. Anytime when you think the contrast too high, you always can go and reduce density slightly, so it will give it softer look. Okay, and a sky right here, actually want to pop up a little bit more on a glowing and compensate for ambient light, because we increase in some shadows. But I do like this glowing effect that coming from. Okay, and let's reduce scattering, so the glowing will more localize to one area, so it doesn't gone to the air that much, so we still have it this little bit darker kind of coloring. Next, what I want a little bit more maybe encapsulating this image, so we have it planned right here. I think maybe something missing just slightly on this side, so let's just try and put it. Again, remember to save your work all the time. Okay, and by the color you can see we have it yellow, green, red, maybe another yellow smaller right here will work very well. So let's go ahead, select, and same white bridge, so kind of similar plant almost, species. Okay, we'll go bring this up, shrink it, make it smaller, and again I want just branches, bring and kind of angle in slightly. So let's see. Maybe a little bit too heavy encapsulation. Okay, let me go bring it a little bit more away. Okay, just again preview. A little bit too heavy. Something can need be there, but this one is a little bit too heavy. there. So what we're going to do is make a little bit lighter. Okay, we'll take this one, move it up, bring it closer. Okay, let's preview. Yeah, this one we should add. Okay, again, shrinking so we don't take as much effect. Okay, I think we ready to render. So for this I'm going to sunlight. I will pop up softness. I want to have this nice smooth kind of shadows, a little bit soft look. Okay, we'll go to atmosphere editor. We'll set the clouds at least to the 0 on the quality boost. Okay, also maybe just increase kind of yellowish look, warmer color on the back. Again, increase slightly haze right here on the back, and maybe set this to 23. Okay, let's see if that will give us kind of more look on the back last. Okay, let's go on the light, because increasing of this I need a little bit increase on the ambient. Okay, we're okay here. Right click, I want final, and at least I'll probably go with higher rendering, but again I'm going just final. It's in 100, so we'll go to render. I'm going to pause this tutorial and come back when render is completed.